What is going on YouTube? Dr. Way here. In this video, I'm just gonna give you a little bit of guidance on how I set up my Nitrado server for ARK Survival Ascended. It actually isn't too terribly many videos out on how to kind of do everything, and I know that everybody's gonna probably have the same questions I did. So instead of watching me struggle through it, instead of having to struggle through it like I did, I won't have you do that. I'll give you some information to help. So I'll show you what Nitrado looks like, because the main thing that you're probably looking at is how to set up all of this stuff, the Game.Ini files and the game user settings.ini, which is the main piece of the puzzle when it comes to setting up your server. So I mean, you can when you first get in, it's going to be blank. So this is what I recommend do. Go to a single player, right? And then you're going to basically set up the single player game how you want it. So in mine, I did this stuff. I changed mainly advanced stuff. I changed all of these imprint and egg hatch speed. I changed a little bit of the tame dino to have a little bit more weight, a little bit more damage and health, so on and so forth, right? However you want to do it, right? And then what you want to do is you want to spawn into the game once you have your settings how you want it, right? So then you do that, spawn in single player, boom. Once your character loads in, you're in the game, you can move around, you can exit, okay? Once you do that, then you're gonna pull up your Steam, okay? And then you're gonna right click on ARK Survival Ascended. You're gonna go to Properties, okay? From Properties, you're gonna go to Install Files, Browse. Okay, it's gonna pull up this right here, ARK Survival Ascended. Then you're gonna go to Shooter Game, Saved. You're gonna go to Config, Windows, and then you're going to scroll down just a little bit and where it says game. This is going to pull up all the things, well, not everything, but most of what you're going to need to get your game rolling. So this is your single player settings basically. So then you're going to highlight all of this, bam, right? And then you're going to go over to your Nitrado, put all of that in, boom. Okay, I've done that. Excuse me. Now, the thing is that what I figured out is the XP multiplier, the taming speed multiplier, and the XP multiplier aren't in this Game.Ini. That's the first thing I noticed when I loaded to the game. If you go to your game user settings.ini, this is where you end up ultimately having to put those kind of lines of code in. And I know it's very, it can be very intimidating to put in lines of code if you're not familiar with doing sort of thing. But I'll put down in the description exactly how you have to type things, and then you can just put them right here at the at these lines here. You can put them anywhere where it's under server settings before, and you want to put it in before you see the scalability groups, right? So you want to put it in anywhere before line 70, or it might be line 68, 67 or whatever, because you haven't put these in here. So my multiplier, XP multiplier is 3. It has to be with the capitals and all, exactly like this. Harvest amount multiplier, boom. Okay. Now, there was one other thing that's also important. Okay. Normally in the Game.Ini files, there isn't, you'll notice when you're trying to get the perfect imprints, for example, a lot of times you might have your imprint only go up 4%, 8%, or whatever type of multiplier, depending on your settings, right? So it's kind of really hard to get those settings quite perfect. So you actually have to enter in one more line of code in order to make it so that that imprint amount, instead of it being 4% or some small percent, you can make it like 25 or 50 or just really honestly some bigger amount. A lot of times with my server, I want to make it where it's 100. Okay, so I imprint it once, it gets to 100%, and I don't have to sit here and watch the damn thing, right? So I figured it out because there's a different codes that I was getting online when I was doing research, but you have to do baby imprint amount multiplier equals, right? And then whatever number you want. Like, I mean, if you did 1, it would be base. If you did 2, you get double amount of percentage boost. So you could probably make this, if you didn't want it to be insane, you could make it 100. You can make it 3 or 4 or 5%. I mean, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And then honestly, that would probably be enough where you don't have to worry about it all too much. Like most things would imprint pretty quick. But I just made it some ridiculously big number. I probably didn't even have to add these many zeros just so I could get 100% guaranteed no matter what these other baby settings are. So then I'll add that into the description to that line of code, so you can just copy and paste that into your game files. That's really the most important things. I know there's other crazy stuff that you can do with this coding that you can put in, but those are the most important things. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Like and subscribe only if you enjoyed, amen. And I'll see you in the next video.